there, welcome to Big V TV. Great to have you with us. Friday night, AT week. She's in here, she's working hard Monday, Tuesday. We gave her a couple of nights off. She's back here tonight. And we have a massive weekend coming up. Finals, last round, all things happening in Big V. McKinnon's still a sneaky chance in state champ women, apparently. We've done the maths on it. We've found a number of illegal players that played for opposition teams, and McKinnon shot to the top of the ladder, so well done.
Yeah, a couple people just drop out, we'll be fine.
Youth League 2 women, here's what's coming up this weekend. And the game of the round, Pakenham 2nd, 12 and 5, take on Southern Peninsula 6th, 10 and 7. Steve-O sets the games of the round, by the way, so it might look odd being 2nd against 6th, but this will all be about Southern Pen. Take it away, Steve-O.
It's kind of a theme for the rest of this show this evening that the game of the rounds may not be the best game quality-wise, but certainly in terms of importance of how the final standings may look.
Have a look at his notes on here.
So
where are we at? Youth League 2 women. Have you even got it?
Look, I've got it.
Oh yeah, look at all the notes she's got here.
I think he's the real MVP.
She's more prepared than you.
Wow.
He's the real MVP.
So
he's carrying Justin.
As you can see,
He is, you're right.
the current situation, the ladder, Casey, Pakenham, Frankston, Blackburn, Whittlesea, Southern Pen and Western Port.
Yep.
Interestingly, Casey are on top.
Yep.
So they can't move. Pakenham, 60-40 chance here against Southern Peninsula.
Oh, he's even given us a percentage.
Obviously at home. Frankston
Yep.
have to play Casey, so they're about a 30-70% chance.
Right.
They can obviously tie it up with Pakenham in terms of records. Blackburn and Whittlesea should win. Southern Peninsula, obviously I mentioned 40-60 against Pakenham.
Yes.
Western Port should win. Now, head-to-heads.
Oh, here we go.
This is where it gets interesting. Pakenham and Frankston, 1 win each, both by 2 points.
My head is spinning. Yep.
Frankston ahead at the moment.
Yes.
Blackburn and Southern Peninsula head-to-head goes to Blackburn.
So hang on, because we mentioned this on last week's show, so I want to get this right.
I've already realised
Right.
that I may have made a slight mistake on the first one because it does not.
So
go,
head-to-head is the same margin.
It does not go by percentage.
It does not go
It's
by.
points-
Is that 100%
Points
correct?
for minus points against,
Well, that's percentage.
but it's not times.
Okay, sorry. So
it's not percentage.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Which was the interesting one.
Okay.
All right. Blackburn and Frankston head-to-head goes to Frankston. Whittlesea and Southern Peninsula in favour of Whittlesea. Whittlesea and Blackburn in favour of Blackburn. Now, this is where it gets interesting. If 3 teams tie on the same record, which we have a lot in terms of tonight, Whittlesea, Blackburn and Frankston.
Yes.
Whittlesea would end up on top of that mini ladder, Frankston then Blackburn.
Right.
If everyone ties,
Yes.
Whittlesea, Southern Peninsula, Blackburn and Frankston, Whittlesea would end up on top, Frankston, Southern Peninsula and Blackburn in that order. So it gets really interesting through the Southern Peninsula game against Blackburn. Against Pakenham, my apologies.
Do you know what we've discovered in all of that AT? Because that is very comprehensive, and it's quite interesting and complex when you sit there and you go through it. But you know what I've just discovered listening to all of that?
That you have no idea what's going on.
Steve must have the most boring life outside of Big V TV, because seriously, mate. Just tell us who's going to make the finals.
Okay, so Casey will be first, Pakenham will be second, Blackburn will tie with Frankston, which means Frankston finished third, then Whittlesea, so it'll be Casey, Pakenham, Whittlesea, Frankston, Blackburn. Done.
He got engaged the other week.
Oh, come on.
Thank you. Now that I know how Steve spends his spare time, I'm really surprised that Steph said yes. But anyway, Pakenham will beat Southern Pen, by the way. That is our game of the round. I think Pakenham will win that. So let's go to Youth League 2 men. Game of the round is Collingwood in third, 16 and 6. Maccabi 8th, 10 and 12. Mornington v Craigieburn is a big one as well. I think they also take on Whittlesea, is that right?
Just to try to stay alive in 6th position.
Right. Can the Warriors make it, Steve-O?
No.
Well, why is Collingwood and Maccabi a big game?
Because the fate is in Collingwood's hands.
Oh,
They're
right,
looking for a week off next week if they can win.
Got to win.
Finish in second. They have head-to-head over Pakenham, who they're half a game behind at the moment. They also have head-to-head over Melton, and if they were to tie with both Craigieburn and Melton, they'd end up on top there as well. So if they win, they're in a very handy position. That's the first one against Maccabi.
Collingwood's going to make the finals though, aren't they? They can't miss.
They can't miss.
Right, okay.
The other one looking forward is the Mornington take on Craigieburn and Whittlesea. Western Port, who sit 7th, take on host Melton, then travel to Frankston. Western Port have head-to-head over Mornington if they were to tie on the same record.
Who does Mornington play, sorry?
Craigieburn and Whittlesea.
Yeah, okay, all right. So what do you think? I think Mornington might stay in there, Steve. Are you okay with that, or?
Yes.
Right.
I think they just sneak in by a game.
All right, let's go to Youth League 1 Women. There's the games coming up this weekend. We're going to cop a fair bit of this, so stick with us. Geelong in 3rd, 11 and 8, take on Camberwell 4th, 10 and 8. That's the game of the round. I think Geelong will win it on their home deck. What does it all mean, though?
Well, people will watch this back time and time again. They won't understand it the first time, but because if it's about their division, they'll rewatch time and time again.
You're onto it. I know you're onto it.
What's happening this weekend?
I know. There's a fair chance I won't.
Geelong
be
and
watching this
Camberwell.
show.
There's a chance.
Yes.
That Camberwell can slide into 3rd.
Wow.
Geelong currently have a +18 head-to-head advantage on the Dragons.
Geelong will win the
But
game.
Obviously, if Camberwell win by 19
Steve-o,
points here,
nothing more
they
certain.
slide into 3rd.
Nothing more certain this weekend. Geelong will win.
McKinnon
Can't make it.
Probably can't make it. They can defeat. They can make it mathematically. They defeat Keilor.
Never count us out.
Keilor, top team.
Camberwell lose both games.
Yeah.
Because Camberwell obviously have head-to-head on the teams around them.
Can McKinnon seriously beat Keilor? AT?
You know, miracles exist. And I think it's an opportunity. You never know. People can come out and play.
I think that's a long shot once they start calling it miracles.
I can't root against the home team. Like, come on, guys.
I think the top 4 will stay as it is, Steve.
And just speaking of, if Camberwell, McKinnon and Craigieburn all finish on the same record, because Craigieburn's obviously still in the hunt
Yes.
too,
Yes.
there is an unbalanced fixture there because Camberwell played McKinnon an extra time.
Did they?
Yeah, they did. They played it 3 times because it's an unbalanced fixture in this division. The head-to-head ruling goes on points for minus points against, which means Camberwell will finish on top of that ladder, then Craigieburn, then McKinnon.
Right, okay. So Camberwell certainly looking odds on at the moment.
Yeah, in the commanding.
Let's go to Youth League 1 men. Semi-finals, we covered them yesterday in last night's show, of course. Sunbury v Geelong, Waverley v Werribee. Winners are through, losers are out, correct?
Yes.
I do like the 2 home teams here, AT, Sunbury and Waverley, but I've just got this sneaky suspicion that Werribee might upset the Falcons.
Possibility.
I think it's a big possibility, Steve.
No, I think the 2 top teams, the 2 home teams this weekend have been the benchmark of the competition.
I'm trying to add some spice to the
you
show,
are,
Steve.
I think they're level ahead.
Steve-o, the show so far, because of all your stats, has been a complete and utter ball fest. So I'm just trying to add some spice to the show. Just fire it
But
up.
for once, maybe the fans, the viewers, are looking for some sense.
ATs.
Maybe they're not impressed with the dribble and drabble that we've been doing for the last 18 weeks.
AT's not coming back. Moulton VYC women semi-finals. We talked about it last night, but Sandringham take on Melbourne, Knox take on Nunawading. AT, who are you going for?
I'm going to go for the underdogs here. I'm going to go for Nunawading.
Nunawading to beat Knox.
Yeah, I'm going to go for Nunawading. I know some players on there, so I'm like, I got to go.
They did it last
I know a coach, Peter. I think Peter coaches them as well.
So there's some real theory behind it at the moment. Right, okay.
Look, I think I've really been playing well all season, so you never can discredit it.
I know we spoke about it last night.
Knocked off Ringwood last week. They can do it again this week against Knox. That's the theory.
Knox will beat Nunawading. Sandringham and Melbourne. I know we spoke about it last night.
Yes.
Who'd you go for last night again?
Sandringham.
Are you still sticking with that?
Sticking by it, yes.
Oh, okay. I thought I'd just check. Moulton VYC men. Again, we spoke about the semis last night. There they are, Nunawading and Hawthorn. Eltham and Sherbrooke. Winners go through, losers are out. I think the Eltham and Sherbrooke game, believe it or not, I think it's the biggest game going around this weekend. It'll be a massive crowd at Eltham.
Could be.
It will be.
No, it could be in terms of the biggest game of the weekend. Will be in terms of a massive crowd. I agree with you there. I'm liking Eltham.
Yeah,
I think Sherbrooke have already played 2 weeks of finals.
Yeah.
Obviously, they had that McKinnon game a
hear.
fortnight ago. But they're still in some great form, Sherbrooke, so be wary.
It'll be 500 plus down there at Eltham High School.
Can't root against the home.
It's pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah. Home court advantage plays a big part. You'd be surprised.
They get loud in there. Every year they have one game, Eltham, or one weekend. They should do it. They should do it for this game, actually. Where they bring paint tins in and they just bang on the paint tins all night.
I've heard them before.
It's a bloody, bring your Panadol with you because it's a massive headache, but they just bang on paint tins the whole night. It's a great concept. I love it.
I may be wrong, but I think they've got a paint sponsor.
Yeah, no, they have. Yeah, I know. It is for us. It's very, very clever.
Very smart, yes.
Jeff is a clever man.
The real X factor is the paint tins.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, Jeffers, get the paint tins out for this game because it'd drive me up the wall. Well and truly.
There's not many things that could do that either.
No, I know. Division 2 women, there's the games coming up this weekend. Sherbrooke and Melbourne Uni. Now, Steve-O.
Yes.
I looked through all the notes.
Yes, prior.
Yeah, I had a quick glance and I came to this page and I saw Sherbrooke in 10th. So that's bottom of the ladder, AT. They're last. They're dead last. They've won one game from 17. They're 1-16. They've had a very ordinary season. Melbourne Uni, on the other hand, are sitting in second at the moment. They're 13-4, the Black Angels. They've got the Fiddler on the roof. They're a great unit. Fantastic dorm parties at Melbourne Uni. It's just a great place.
You've been to many of them.
Many of them over the years. It's a great place to be. How on earth is Sherbrooke and Melbourne Uni your game of the round?
There's two clear reasons. The first reason is
this will be thrilling.
There's only 4 games in Division 2 women.
Right.
I recall.
Surely there's 3 other better games
this weekend.
Right.
The other 3 games are near meaningless. There's not anything that's going to change the final standings of the competition.
Right.
The second reason is that I don't think we've mentioned Sherbrooke all year in terms of a Friday game of the round. So we're certainly making sure that we're sharing the sugar, share the love. So they're our game of the round. Melbourne Uni.
Did he just say sharing the sugar? Is that what he said? Did he just say that? Right, okay, go on. Go on.
Is there something?
I don't know.
I'm worried about your future.
Anyway.
The only thing that can move in terms of final positioning, if Melbourne Uni are to lose to Sherbrooke, as Wallen will jump Melbourne Uni in second. That's the only thing, because Melbourne Uni do have head-to-head on Wallen.
Steve-O.
Yes.
The chances of Melbourne Uni losing to Sherbrooke are about as great as Australia putting the next man on the moon. I mean, come on, mate, seriously. Yeah, Melbourne Uni aren't going to lose that game.
We have strong astrologers, you know that.
Come on, Steve-O.
Astrologers.
Melbourne Uni.
Astronauts. It's astronauts.
I think he's saying we've got some Australians that can build a rocket ship. No, we haven't, mate.
That's right, we do.
Melbourne Uni will win that game by 50 points plus, Steve-O.
Awesome. Good on you.
Where are we up to? Seriously, I need to go home for the weekend. Where are we up to, Steve?
Division 2 men.
Division 2 men. There we go. Rightio. Okay, all right. A couple of big games coming up. Coburg second, take on Camberwell fourth. Now, this is a good game. 15-6, Coburg. The bus got absolutely jackknifed last week. Camberwell fourth, 13-7. Mildura in fifth, 13-8. Melton sixth, 12-9. 2 very good games.
Mildura currently have a 2-point advantage head-to-head on Melton, obviously with this game to play, so that's the importance of that one. Coburg and Camberwell can obviously shift some positions out of the pointy end of the ladder. Craigieburn has head-to-head over Coburg. Coburg head-to-head over Southern Peninsula. The Sharks have head-to-head over Camberwell after their win last week. Camberwell have head-to-head over Mildura. If Southern Pen, Camberwell and Mildura are to tie on records, they all 2-2 in that mini ladder, but point differential goes the way of the Sharks, followed by the Dragons, then the Heath.
Wow, so Mildura could miss. Is that what you're saying?
No, they won't miss,
right,
but they'll be towards the bottom end of the ladder and won't be hosting first week of finals.
Okay. Maccabi and Pakenham, are they still a chance? Is that what you're saying to me?
Slimmest.
Right, okay, fair enough. There we go. So, look, I'm not getting off Coburg AT. I've been on them all season. Last week, they were a disaster. I don't know what happened. We just didn't get out of bed on the right side of the bed on the weekend. And because we're together, I'm with them, we just didn't turn up and we didn't perform. But if they don't perform this week, look out. I'm sticking with the Giants. Division 1 women, a couple of big games coming up this weekend. There's all the games, but Mildura and Casey top of the ladder, and it's on.
Yeah, currently 8 points advantage Mildura in terms of their head-to-head. So Casey, to claim top spot, will have to win this game by 9 or more. That's the first one.
In Mildura.
In Mildura.
Won't happen.
So there's the target.
Won't happen,
hand.
Steve.
Geelong take on Camberwell. Geelong win this, and obviously against Warrandyte on Sunday, they'll secure 4th spot on its own. Won't need any head-to-heads to go their way.
Top 6, by the way.
But they do have head-to-head on Whittlesea, but not Werribee.
Right.
Whittlesea have head-to-head on Werribee, but if it ends up a 3-way tie between those 3 teams, Werribee take the Chocolates, as they have the best record against those other 2 teams.
So Hawthorn and Camberwell are currently out. You're saying they can't make it?
They cannot make it.
Are you sure about that?
Yes.
Okay. Just let their coaches down. They might have thought they were a chance, but they're done. Mildura will beat Casey.
Don't take that as gospel. We're TV, we're not the exact competition.
No, okay. Mildura will beat Casey.
Yes.
So Mildura will finish on top.
Yes.
And with home court advantage through the finals.
Yes.
Won't be beaten.
Okay. There you go.
Won't be beaten. Division 1 men, there's the games coming up this weekend. Western Port in 4th, 16 and 7, take on Shepherd in 2nd, 17 and 5. That's our game of the round. Melbourne Uni currently sit in 7th. What I'm interested in is whether they can still make it.
Well, that loss to Sunbury was ridiculously costly because Warrandyte have head-to-head over Melbourne Uni by 1 point.
Wow.
That's all it took, 1 point. So if Warrandyte is to beat whoever they play this weekend, they're in.
So they're at Latrobe? Is that right?
Warrandyte?
Yeah. Who have Warrandyte got
yes,
this week?
correct. They're at Latrobe
They've got 2
and then
games.
they play Keysborough, correct.
So
Apologies.
you would think they're going to get Latrobe
Melbourne Uni need to defeat Warrnambool at Warrnambool.
and hope Warrandyte loses
And
both.
Warrandyte needs to lose both.
Yeah, it won't happen.
Yeah. So
Warrandyte will
that's
get
probably
Latrobe.
Melbourne Uni's season
Hey,
done.
can I send? Is this Latrobe game tomorrow night? Warrandyte Latrobe.
Yes.
Can I send a cheerio to one of the greatest people I have ever met in basketball? And I've been around.
There's a lot of great people in basketball.
There's a lot of great people, but this guy is one of the absolute best. He's a gentleman. Vashon Weaver. Now you won't hit him. You won't. What's that?
Is he hanging them up?
Oh, I think this might be it. I think it might be it.
Really?
And he won't want anything said, he won't want anything done, he won't want any fanfare because that's the sort of guy that he is. He's an absolute champion of a bloke. I've got a feeling that this might be the end of the Big V career.
Wow.
I hope it's not,
No,
because there's so many people love to see him still going around. He's only 73 years old. He's been playing a long time. Can still jump over cars. Have you ever seen that film clip of him jumping over a car?
No, I haven't.
Wow.
But I know he's got biceps bigger than
biceps.
most people's hamstrings.
If this is his last weekend, V, mate, thank you for an incredible career. With all sincerity, one of the kindest, greatest teammates, fantastic guy to coach. I've loved every minute of watching him play, and if it is to be his and there'll be others probably playing their last game.
Yes.
But V, just want to give you a call out, mate. So, let's go to state champ women, shall we? Game of the round is Waverley 2nd, 14 and 3, Hume City 4th, 10 and 7. Rightio, try and work this out. Here we go, AT, because nothing is settled just yet. Just sit back and listen to this gold from Steve.
Well, if Hume City win,
yes,
they qualify, they're in.
They won't beat Waverley at Waverley.
Okay, so because...
Oh, hang on, can I just go back there?
Yes.
If Waverley loses, can they lose 2nd spot?
No.
Can they get top spot if they win?
No, because Knox have head-to-head over the Falcons.
So if you were the Falcons, knowing that you will not move from 2nd position regardless,
Are they going to take a break, you think?
you got, maybe a couple of niggles in the team. Would you sit some people down and just get yourself right for the finals? What would you do?
Possibility. I mean, it's just a matter of, the veterans that they have on the team. They feel that they can play the game. I think obviously they'll show up for the game. I think they'll want to obviously get ready for final form. But, they might take that break. If they can't win it, probably they might be like, all right, let's pull you guys out. But I think they're going to come out and try to prove a point because they want to make a statement, obviously, that they're ready for finals.
Based on that, Hume City's a very big chance, Steve.
So let's say that Hume do in fact go down. This is where it gets interesting. All 3 teams, Hume, City, Southern Peninsula and Ringwood, can all miss the finals. If
Not
that is
all
to-
at the same time.
No.
Okay,
one
I was
of one of the three.
One of them will miss.
Depending on circumstances. Obviously, if Southern Peninsula can defeat Keilor,
Yes.
that means and
And that's
Ringwood,
at Keilor.
yes, and Ringwood can defeat Eltham. Hume and Ringwood would be tied on the same record for 5th position.
Yep.
Currently, they're tied at 1 each, both 3-point wins. Therefore, it would go on points for minus points against.
Yep.
They've obviously still got one game each to play. Currently, Hume are minus 30,
Yep.
Ringwood are minus 36. So basically, a 6-point swing between those results have to go
I think Ringwood will
Ringwood's
miss.
way.
I think Ringwood will miss. I think Southern Penn will beat Keilor. And I reckon Hume might get up over Waverley just purely based on what we talked about.
If Hume City do in fact win, Southern Peninsula lose, and Ringwood win, Southern Peninsula and Ringwood are tied,
Yep.
it goes to Southern Peninsula on head-to-head. If they are all tied on the same record, so Hume lose, Southern Peninsula lose, and Ringwood win,
Yes.
Southern Peninsula would miss
Wow,
out.
jeez, I'll tell you, it's going to be a big last week. Where does McKinnon fit into this equation?
Somewhere in the lower region.
Is
of the-
McKinnon preparing for next season?
Let's go to state chairman to finish it off for a big week. It's been Ariel Thomas week, AT week. Game of the round, Waverley 3rd, 15 and 6. Take on Casey in 5th, 12 and 9.
Well, this one's interesting because there's still a lot to be sorted out in terms of the top 6 out of the current top 7 teams.
Yes. Remember last season,
Yes.
I said this
11.
earlier, 11 wins got you into the finals in state chairman. This season's going to take 13.
Waverley have head-to-head over Eltham at the pointy end of the ladder if they were to tie on the same record, which they currently are.
Yep.
Obviously, Eltham probably have the tougher task at hand this weekend at the Rings against the Hawks.
Who haven't lost there this season?
No. Waverley have head-to-head over Hawthorn. Casey have head-to-head over Hawthorn. Casey also have head-to-head over Knox. McKinnon have head-to-head over Knox. If Casey, McKinnon and Knox, who are currently all tied on the same record, if they remain that way...
So if they all win this week or all lose this week...
Correct. Knox would still remain outside the top 6 and the positions would not change.
Right. So what do you think is going to happen?
I think Ringwood will defeat Eltham.
Yes.
Waverley will take care of Casey, earning themselves a week off.
Yes.
I think Hawthorn may split their weekend.
Right.
Comes down to McKinnon and Hawthorn. I think Knox will take care of Blackburn.
Right.
It comes down to which game Hawthorn wins. If they can beat McKinnon, McKinnon could be in trouble.
Right. Okay, there you go.
What does the coach have to say to that one, no?
He doesn't listen to the external noise. Just don't you worry.
Don't even
his own
listen to the
world.
He's about his
external
slushies
Yeah.
locked in.
Hey, I've had a really fun week this week
So
with
have I.
AT.
It's
She's
been
a
a
star
brilliant
of the
guest.
competition. She's been here for 3 years. Can I just say that everyone across the Big V family, we all hope that you're back out here next year, AT, because
Yes.
you're an absolute gun player. We know that. But you're always smiling. You're always up and about. You bring joy and laughter to your teammates, and we hope to see you back out here again playing in Australia next season.
Thank
Very
you.
much
There
so.
you go.
Hope to be back Australia.
Australia. She's still trying to work out all of your crap from tonight, Steve, by the way.
It's all right. We can discuss off camera.
Hey, have a great weekend. Good luck to all the teams. Good luck to everyone in finals, importantly, over the weekend. And may the best team win. Going to be a lot of fun. We'll be back here Monday night to wrap it all up, as always, on Big V TV. Are we putting the call out to anyone?
Oh.
AT, we've done this with Manny and Corey. Who would you like to put the call out? Who would you like to see on the show next week?
You know,
Is there anyone out there?
I'm trying to rack my brain.
What
Trying
about
to
in the
rack my-
women's competition?
Women's
State champ
competition.
women. Who would you love to see on the show next week?
You know, I think you should get Tegan.
Tegan Cunningham.
You should get Tegan on the
Can
show.
we get TC on the show? Did you have plans for next week?
Why do you always put me on the spot?
Right,
Friday,
that's it.
Friday evening.
Tegan Cunningham, we're coming after you next week. Get you on the show on Big V TV. That'll be a bit of fun. As nominated by AT. Good luck over the weekend. We'll see you next week.